Thank you for joining me and welcome to your interview. This interview should help you reflect on the evidence-based practices you have learned throughout the semester that can be incorporated into your lesson plans and ultimately increase student engagement. We're going to begin with a fun non-scored question and then move into scored questions that focus on three main themes of relationships, clarity, and challenge. Do you have any questions before we begin?
I do not. I'm good.
Awesome. For a warm-up question, if your learning style was represented by a perfect day, what would that day look like?
My learning style was represented by the perfect day. I would say probably going out on the lake with some of my friends, going jet skiing, just looking over, smiling, and making sure they're all good, saying we're all caught up, and making sure we're all on the same page where we're going and not getting lost.
Awesome. So for our first scored question, we're going to focus on relationships. Would you please describe the specific practices included in your lesson that build relationships not only between you and your students, but also among the students themselves?
Thank you for that question. To build a strong relationship in my class, first of all, I would have the relationships, and with that it would be easy because of proximity in like a physical education class, the gym, everybody's always close within probably 100, 120 feet. You can make sure always have eyes on people. I can monitor them, make sure they're like in good spirits. If somebody's like off alone, I can just see them and I can bring them in towards the class and talk to them. Building a relationship from day one too. Just learning their names, learning like what sports they like, if they like anime or something like that. Just any other extracurricular activities or stuff they do at home. Just building that bond there and really getting to know them on that personal level so they trust me and they feel safe in the physical education classroom.
Awesome. So for our second question, we're going to shift our focus to clarity. Would you please describe the specific strategies used in your lesson that help students understand what they are learning, what appropriate engagement looks like in your classroom, and how they will demonstrate learning success for you?
Yeah, so then the students know what they're doing in the classroom. I'll have an outline or a syllabus for the lesson plan that we're doing so they can look over that. It'll be on a whiteboard that I can roll around in the class, so if they ever get lost, they can go back to that. Students will demonstrate proper throwing mechanics, throwing, the stance, and following through in the motion of throwing. I forgot the second half, Shane.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Can I pull
Let
it
me
out?
repeat it for you. Yeah, you can pull some stuff up. Yeah, let me repeat it for you. This is just a relaxed interview. And so what I want you thinking about is, for clarity, what exactly do you have in your lessons to, one, make sure students understand what they're learning, and I think you talked about that a little bit.
Yep.
Two, what appropriate engagement looks like in your classroom. Do you expect them to dress out? Do you expect them to play hard? What does that engagement look like for them? And three, what do they need to do to show that they have success? Like, how are you going to evaluate them? What does success look like for their behaviors and actions?
Okay, yes. So a way I can monitor engagement in my class is obviously I want them to wear the proper clothes like shorts, t-shirts, and preferably tennis shoes. We don't really want boots on our gym floor in the classroom. And another way is just if they have a smile on their face and I see they're actively engaging, just having a good time in the environment. PE is supposed to be the fun class that everyone wants to go to, and just if they have a smile on their face, that just gives me a good feeling that they're engaged.
And then what does learning success look like for them?
Okay.
What are you looking for in there?
Learning in my classroom, or like knowing that they're achieving the success in my class, is them. If they come to class prepared again, if they're having a good attitude, that means they're actually enjoying my class. That's good. But if we're playing like football or whatever, my flag football lesson plan that I have here, if I can noticeably see that they're like getting the motions down, even if they like weren't the best day one, but if I can see they're making small improvements, it doesn't have to be, they're not going to the NFL maybe quite yet, but just seeing those small improvements towards success every day, and if they want to continue working on that, we can work on that even after lesson plan's over.
Gotcha. Good answers. Not quite a Seahawk yet, but they're growing in that direction, right?
Yeah. Nothing like Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Well, actually, I thought that Walker really tore it up pretty well in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But for our final question, we're going to shift our focus to challenge. All right, so what I'd like you to do is please describe the various supports in your lesson that ensure students are engaging in learning aligned with their abilities. At this school, this is especially important because our students are going to come from a variety of backgrounds and are going to vary greatly in their strengths, learning styles, and specific learning goals towards physical education. So the question is, how do you differentiate for all the differences you're going to have?
So in my lesson plan, I've incorporated the Iowa Core National Standards 382, which demonstrates the consideration for others and contributes positively to the group or team. So for most of my plans, I'll probably use this because I want everybody to always be actively engaged and I want them to be part of the activity. I don't really want anybody to feel left out. I know that how like younger grades, such as 6th or 8th, what I'm trying to apply for here, if you feel left out in that age group, that can really like detrimentally impact the rest of your life because you just feel like you don't fit in, and then that can hurt later on. And then three, use communication skills and negotiate strategies in tactics and physical activity setting. So I think communication is huge. I think with every day and every life situation, you'll use communication with your teachers, your friends, your coworkers. It's just huge. I want them to incorporate that in my classroom. And then 389 applies and respects the importance of etiquette in a physical activity setting. I want them to come to class every day and know to take the class serious. If they come to class and they understand this, they'll really understand like how physical education in my classrooms can help them with their mental health. And every day you're active, it's scientifically proven that you will have a better mood and you just feel more accomplished in everyday setting.
Awesome. Those are awesome answers, and I want to thank you for them. We're now going to move to the next part of your interview where you will have the opportunity to teach your lesson and showcase your passion for education.